Meet more. It's like, this stream, I will do the silly intro properly. Meet more. Throw it in the mixy card. You know, where the mixy of the chord of the happens. The chord of the D's. The D's of the chord. Live messages. Switch over to OBS. Make sure that's live too. Hello, Derek. Mixy. Auxiliary character. Again, congratulations on 100 subscribers. You did it. You did it. Yippee, yippee, yippee. I also had a Homestuck friend that I told that I would send the link to the stream. Because this date is like, today was the day I decided, what Classpect am I again? For those of you not in the knowledgeable knows of the homo of the slackles, hallucini. But those not in the know, Homestuck just casually has the most robust personality test-esque system possible. It's extremely robust and has a whole lot of combinations. So it's just like, lots of them fall over each other, kind of. Hello, Apache Spartan. But this is a part of a new series that I decided to do right before my re-debut. /debut / I never actually debuted in the first place, called Reading Homestuck for Minimum Wage. That goal in the bottom corner, that's specifically for these Homestuck streams where I read the entirety of canonical Homestuck in semi-order for minimum wage. How have you been? Cripplingly depressed. I said that in such a customer service voice. I think I'm 50 plus on Bex, but the treatment is like, we are waiting for insurance to deem me sad enough to resume the full time of the brain magnets to make Mixie feel good treatment. But also note that my re-debut is happening on the 14th. So we have less than 8 days, and I don't have everything done that I want to get done, but we did reach minimum viable debut a long time ago. So if you want to see that set, make sure to press the buttons to make sure that you are reminded that happens. I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom. You could do whatever you want. But if you want to see that, make sure that you are reminded that is happening. Put it in your calendar. Use YouTube's faulty and mostly broken systems to remind you on your behalf. And if you want to support this Homestuck heckery, feel free to buy a super chat. That is like, for me, they help. I would say play some Dark Souls and Demon Souls. It's like, bruh, I am not in the headspace to get good at anything. I am mediocre at video games. I am mediocre at video games. There are some games I do have lined up for my proper re-debut. This is just the Homestuck stuff. This is me chasing my whimsy and giving myself a whole... Plus YouTube is a B when it comes to informing. Yeah. It's like, that's why I said put it in your calendar. It's like, if it's that important to you, put it in a little calendar. if you use a calendar. I understand using a calendar is difficult. Calendar's hard. I don't know how to use a calendar. I've been trying to use a calendar for years and yet to still fail. You know, neurodivergent things. You know, the constant failure. Failure to do even the most basics of tasks that some people find extremely easy. You know, the things. Wait, there was a beep? Okay, I'm hearing things again. It's like, sending the link. No, not the text. For some reason it didn't copy the link. It copied the link text. Autism, let's go! Thank you, Auxiliary Character, for the 10 USD! Thank you for supporting the arts in this particular artist. At least 15% of all funds made from this channel goes back into this channel through commissioning artists and otherwise. Why 15%? Because 20% must go to the almighty, the tax scare. Because if taxes scary, no one to mess up taxes. But we'll get into the Classpects conversations afterwards. Volume 3. Let's go. Taxes, hate. Putting one foot in front of the other. You continue on this. What fell off my desk? Okay, it was the instruction booklet for the humidifier that my father wanted me to read so that I could install the humidifier instead of him reading it himself. Putting one foot in front of the other, you continue on through this strange alien world. When you just think that stuff is just beginning to make sense, it all slips through your fingers and becomes even stranger and more alien. There does, however, seem to be one thing that remains constant through all planets and all walks of life. That thing is friendship. You are on the prowl for more. It would have perhaps been wise to stay with one of your wonderful new friends until you have healed. But as Martha Stewart said, bitters, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days. You're almost positive that Martha Stewart said that. Nevertheless, you shoulder on in your endless quest for companionship, where all your travels take you next. Are we going for... Which one we going for, chat? Which one we going for, homies? Which one? Oh yeah, you can copy the link text instead of the link. I was gonna... This has no brooding. We're gonna do both. It's just like, yes. Which one piques your fancy? It's like me holding up my... It's like left. It's like me holding up my hand. It's like, which side is left again? It's like... Fun mixy fact. I have very much... I don't know my cardinal directions. Or my left from my right unless I hold my little hands up. It's like... Left. That one. The L hand trick, bro. Taxes are meh. True. Truly. We're going left. As dawn approaches, you find yourself heading out of the big city into the rustic outskirts. Man, the sun is sure bright on this planet. It's rising over the crest of the distant hills, a huge, fiery ball. The later it gets, the bigger and bigger it grows, the way bigger than you see in the sun on Earth. What's that smell? Could that be your flesh beginning to sizzle? Fantastic! You love the country. No wonder the nightlife seems so active on Alternia. They are all nocturnal to avoid the brutal daily roasting. You reach into your pocket for some cool new shades, but you appear to have left them at your friend's house. Fuck. Gotta get yourself together. Recent physical trauma and extensive blood loss have you a little fuzzy. You weren't built for this wilderness survival shit. You starting to wish that you stolen a fucking Lamborghini or something instead of a spaceship. It seriously isn't looking good. The city is too far away now. You have to turn back, so you have no choice to keep walking. Maybe you can find a cave or a hole in the ground. Maybe you can just cover yourself with grass. You wish that someone had mentioned the Death Sun in between offering you heirloom meat products and calling you their muse. Off to your left, in the distance, you catch sight of what may shimmer in the sunlight glass. Sunlight or on glass. A window? A solar panel? You could seriously clean up with renewable energy on. And should you change your trajectory and go towards the shimmer? It might be a mirage. Go towards the shimmer! You turn your aching, singing meat sack towards the distant prominent sparkle and safety and suctor. You focus on just staying upright, one step at a time. Just keep swimming, or whatever. God, this sun. Though, you need you SPF 5 million for this nonsense. Then, almost like it picked you, it puts yourself into some sculling meat. You finally find yourself in front of a long, low structure. You got a whelp of English pounding on the door. At least you hope it's the door. What in the world? The door opens and you fall inside with one of the most pathetic whimpers of your career. Blessed darkness closes in on you. Maybe from right beside you comes a scuffling yip, like some joker is making fun of your dire situation. Something warm and wet glides up your stinging cheek. Hold on, lady. Give him some room. A pair of hands help you sit up gently. Your eyes haven't adjusted enough to make out more than a couple of shapes. One upright and one lower to the ground. What were you doing out there? Can you stand? Strong arms pull you to your feet. You wonder if everyone on this planet is strong or if you're just extremely flimsy. They guide you to a chair at the end of the long table. Stutteringly, you begin to explain yourself that you are injured, exhausted traveler who is ravenous for pals. Well, bless your heart. Hold on, Tick. Dinner's about to burn. Now that your rescuer mentioned it, you do smell something. It smells amazing. Funny, you should just blend her in here like that. I was just saying, wasn't I, lady? It's been so long since we got any sort of guests who weren't Imperial drones or out to rob us. You rub at your watering, slowly clearing eyes. When you look back up, your rescuer finally comes into focus. She is tall. Taller than anyone you've met here, you think. Also maybe a little older. Not that you're old. You're an expert in child physiology. She just has half of the air of knowledgeable competence. She's wearing a fringed jacket and holding up a plate. There you go. Your oculars feeling any better? By the by, my name's Skyla. Pleasure to meet you. Here's Sarah's lady. She looks down and at first you think she meant the table, but you look under the table at a giant monster dog looking up at you. Your jolt so hard you almost slide backward out of your goddamn chair. Whoa there, no need for theatrics. She looks like one of those lassie dogs with those pointed noses. It's enormous and pure white. It barks practically shake the whole house. Hey there, lady, no need to be rude. I clearly have one hell of a time and don't look dangerous. Just really particular. Besides, if they try anything, you and me can take them. Skylar puts her hands on her head, staring at you down with thunderous yellow eyes. Right? No funny business, you hear? You sullen nod, trying to look unthreatening and obliging, ready for anything. For instance, friendship. You are so ready for that. Skylar sets down the plate she's holding. Here, have a grub cake. There's plenty. That sounds gross as hell, but what's sitting on the plate looks and smells exactly like a normal pancake. Golden brown, crispy at the edges. There's royal tree blood too, if you like. And churned dairy product. She puts down a carafe of syrup and a dish of butter. Man, everything here has really weird names. Skylar pours out a cup of very smooth smelling liquid. Brown bean juice, you guess. Skylar raises it. No, that's just coffee. She sits down next to you. You're lucky you were only out in the light of dawn. Nobody wants to be out in direct Alternian sunlight, besides jade bloods. And no offense, but you certainly ain't any jade blood I've ever seen. At first, I thought you were some sort of mutant Lucis, because you don't have horns and you're grunting and yipping up a storm back there. You're an alien, right? Don't worry, I won't call the drones. You better get used to being around aliens. Anyway, seeing as how I'm going to be seeing a whole mess of y'all come next week. She laughs nervously. You aren't sure what she's talking about. Do you even need to specify that anymore? It's just natural law at this point. Gravity. Conservation of energy, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. Lady, would you mind drawing a bath for I guess? No offense. You smell like you could use one. You can't argue with that. You offer her a cautious smile. God, she seems so nice and caring. But you've been burned before, and cucked, and... Why did my face say cucked? And cut. You can cut. You've generally been kicked around by fate. It's a tough world out there. You want to trust Skyla. Lady takes a bucket in her muzzle and runs out to the yard, getting up on her hind legs and batting at the door latch to open it. It's adorable. Hello, now. Welcome to, I think this is your first time here. Welcome to Reading Homestuck for Minimum Wage. For where you've been what? Homestuck. What? I forget what I was saying. It's like, forget what you were saying. Welcome to Reading Homestuck for Minimum Wage, where I read Homestuck for minimum wage. There are ways to make it so. So, there are ways to send the money. Hey, if you wish, don't feel obligated to. I think we are way ahead. Maybe Kino stream. Oh, we're definitely gonna get some. Either we're gonna get extremely cringe or extremely Kino, depending on how you think about personality tests. Imagine horoscopes, but with actual dimension. It's like, yes. It's like, imagine horoscopes, and then having a secondary thing. Also, the music is slapping always. The sun is high enough now that the whole landscape outside is washed in white. Oh god, the dog! Oh, it's sweet of you to worry. Lucy are fine to go outside for a little while in the daylight. Their coats reflect light or something to that effect. I don't really know how it works, and I ain't exactly known for my scientific acumen. You tell her that she seems pretty smart from what you're standing. As cynical as you're becoming, you can't help but help trying to be your friend. She's so nice and really pretty. Not that that's a requirement for friendship, but your retinas would be way more scalded than they are now to not notice that. I know you said horoscope, but I heard horoscope. Where the concept horoscope of your horror future. Evil. Well, it's like, yes, the fears of dying in a overly complex game of life and death and creation of universes. What kind of god do you become when you die? Yes. That's nice of you to say, but it won't really matter if I was a bona fide genius. So my kiss can never hope to rise with things. Best I can hope for is hauling crates on some cargo vessel. Ranks? Cargo vessel? You swallow your bite of grub cake, ready to ask her if she's thinking about joining the military, but then just a swell of noise erupts from outside the house. Shouts, crashes, and ladies' frantic barks. Skyla gasps, launching herself out of the chair, knocking over the carafe to serve that oozes across the tabletop and skip away. Oh no! Not now! What the hell's going on? Bandits! God damn, Lucis thieves! You can't give the chance to ask anything else before Skyla careens towards the door, throwing an arm and the blazing light pours in. Oh god, she's going outside and burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You gotta do something. Help her. What the hell, you already experienced the Alternian sun. It sucked a whole lot, but maybe now it'll suck less, because bad had sucked then, just a sliding sail of suckage. Skyla plunges out into the daylight in the direction of commotion, and like a big dumb asshole you barrel through the blazing hellscape after her. Surprise! It still sucks. You had sunbirds before, but this is ridiculous. This is a monster of gas. Monster of a gas shine pointing and laughing at the tiny speck of humanity you represent, trembling before the void. It is a pure assault on all of your senses. The light is almost as bad as the heat. You put up your arms to block the glare, following the dust. Skyla kicks up behind her. You doubt her eyes will actually ever adjust to the fuckery. You can see a little better than before. There are about a dozen of them, all trolls, all wearing dark padded outfits that cover their faces. They look halfway between hazmat suits and SWAT uniforms. All of them have big, fake-looking guns that probably aren't fake. In fact, one of them shoots a laser at your face. You duck, leaving a blazing heat trail across your cheek. But all of you is currently burning. It doesn't really break your stride. Skyla burrows herself into the fray, letting out a war cry accompanied with the sound of a fist hitting flesh. It's 12 against 2. But you remember, fractions, right, is not like 6 against 1. But these guys probably haven't been expecting a frontal assault, and they were definitely not expecting a Skyla, who is frankly fucking terrifying. She shoves 3 trolls down like dominoes, grabbing up discarded gun and shooting all 3 while they're on the ground. You have never seen a fight. You've never been in a fight before. Fucking all-out brawl, it's scary, but now that you're in the thick of it, it's also kind of awesome. Sure, your skin is burning and you could be killed at any moment, but that's how it goes on this planet. You just gotta get into the swing of things. Take no prisoners. Kill or be killed. Hell yeah! You pop one of the bandit trolls in the face. Fuck! That has probably hurt your fist more than it hurt the troll, but it does throw them off their balance for long enough for Skyla to smash the butt of her gun into the side of their head. Yeah! Yeah! Hell yeah! I was trying not to frickin' clip the mic because it's late. Because I just needed to do the proper yeehaw. I am sorry to both you and my family. She gives a wild grin. The two of you are beaming at each other while hostile alien sun try to boil away the liquid from your eyeballs. And a bunch of bandits try to dognap a giant monster. You love this girl, in a friendship way, but still you love her. You make an awesome team. Another troll comes behind Skyla and she smashes an elbow into their throat, grabbing them by the front of their uniform and suplexing them onto the dusty ground. She wails on them with her bare hands. God, she's really hot. Get lady! Alright, you stun them over. The loose is thrashing inside of the big black net. You don't have any way to cut her free, but she's already doing great on her own, biting through the fibers with her big sharp teeth. You hold the net still for her to finish the job and pull it off so she can join the fray. It's over fast. After that, how did they even get Lady into the net in the first place? She's so giant and quick, grabbing trolls in her jaws, shaking them like they're chew toys. It's like they remain fine, still able to stand or jump into their weird little doom buggies and make tracks. Emphasis on the bug. They look like scuttling little beetles. Skyla chases after them for a few hundred yards, throwing the gun after them and shouting obscenities. It's stay away, you hear? Tell the rest of them why you fuck with the Rusty's ranch. She stands silhouetted against the blazing sun, the dust trails vanishing into the distance. You're awash with heavy victory, giggling like a lunatic, for the adrenaline kind of drains out all of you at once. You're violently reminded that you're fucked up ribs and racing blood loss. The Alternian sun beats down and your arms are already covered in patches of red skin. This is a sunbird turned out to a level. Whoa, where are you? Are you okay? Skyla's swaying too. A spray of olive green blurs your cheek, but at least the rainbow blood on the planet means sure enough it wasn't hers. Still looks rough. Kind of how you feel. Lady! Come here, girl! You're gonna sit down. Maybe take a little break. The pale lady's gonna swoop and gets even paler. No, you can't rest here. You'll die, dumbass. Not letting anything happen to my new bestie. Get up! New best friend? Holy shit, that makes you so happy. You absolutely can't die here. Now that you just made an amazing friend. Somehow the two of you managed to drag each other across the yard towards the house. Hive. You're getting the line though down if it kills you. After you feel you fall forward, You lean on Skyla. When you start to fall back, Lady is there to brace herself against the back of your knees. She's just a good loose ass. You wonder if she'll be your friend too. Her muzzle is dripping with a soup of multicolored alien blood. When you get back into the darkness of the hive, you can't see shit. Dang, species ain't suited for this kind of environment, huh? Can't even see in the dark. In a demonstration, you walk right into a table. Hit with tables. You're sorting the enemies. Please don't knock down my nutrition platform. Built myself. He does sound exhausted, but did he? Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? You really kind of want to go in for the hug, but that sunburn is really something. It feels like tiny needles piercing your arms and cheeks. Back of your neck is a colony of fire ants. Oh yeah, feels real bad, don't it? Come here. There's only one cure for sun rash. Takes her hand. She leads you through her hive, knowing... Yeah, Ollie. But she leads you through her hive, and who knows if you are ever gonna get all of your vision back. Maybe you're just blind for life. Now have to get a cane and some whimsical aesthetic, and learn to navigate the world by smell alone. That's a reference. No, that would be stupid. Here we go. My coop ain't huge, but you kinda scrawny. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. Man, so must fuck you up more than your eyes, because you could have sworn Silas says take your clothes off. You are seriously not getting into my recruit room with those filthy rags. Not even sure what those clothes were supposed to be originally. Yeah, you aren't so sure about your looks either. Another new friend of yours told you it was rad, but you were a little high at the time. You might be a little high right now. You also wonder if sunstroke causes auditory hallucinations, because you don't know what a recruit raccoon is. Huh, really? What the heck are you sleeping on your planet? Darn it. You hear rustling followed by the sound of clothes hitting the floor, and then a weird gloop-gloop, like someone's getting into a bathtub, only thicker. If a troll didn't have super, well, I don't rightly know what would happen. But if I reckon, it wouldn't be great. It could speed the healing up process for burns and small wounds. I ain't sure what it's gonna do for your weird alien anatomy, but it seems like it ain't gonna make it any worse. You can tell Skyla that in your experience things can always get worse, especially from her perspective right now, since she's about to see you naked. Nothing like a little self-deprecating humor, A+ cover for crippling insecurity. Skyla laughs. Come on now, I'm sure you've been perfectly healthy example for your species. Just get in already. Promise this ain't any sort of pale solicitation. Or foolish for that matter. I know it's awkward, but I only got the one coup. Alright, you can totally do this. You can totally make this not weird. Of course you trip taking off your goddamn pants. Skyla starts laughing all over again. Not in a mean way, but in a more chill, please come join me in my slime bathtub old chum kind of way. In a non-awkward way. In a friend way. Yeah. We got in her recoup raccoon. We got in the recoup raccoon. For more context, the recoup raccoon is a slime bed filled with relaxing super. Trolls are violent as a species, and their brains make constant violent nightmares. The super calms their brains. They eat in the slime. Time for the jade blood. Oh gosh. Darn it, I lost my little piece of chewing plastic. Darn it. No. Oh, there it is. Need to get Cypher some slime. Eepin time. Eepin slime. Eepin slime. Slime. Bronya. We've been traveling through a cave network for a while now. The rigid stone is a welcoming respite from the eerily organic infrastructure you've been encountering, but it's also proving an unwelcome respite for friend-making. Maybe it was too much to hope for that this cavern would become a home for a potential new buddy. Maybe leaving this big city hive was a horrible mistake. Just maybe these dark, cold tunnels are completely devoid of... Hang on, there are a bunch of buildings in the distance. Oh, hello. I thought you were one of my girls, but you don't look like a J-Bell lad. Or anything else, actually. How strange. You convey your usual spiel regarding your circumstances. You're lost and lonely. Your ribs are still broken, you think. Honestly, the ribs are fine. You could just use another friend or two. Oh, I see. My first responsibility is to my jades and the mother grab, so I can't make any promises of friendship just yet, but you look like you need someone to take care of you. Here in the brooding caverns, we follow a few simple rules. 1. Don't invite trauma. Don't invite drama from up top to down below. 2. Protect the mother grub. 3. We have no hierarchy, but do what I say. Let us do what we can to keep our current record of dozens of sweep without any jades being called. You are not sure what half a dozen of those words mean, but you nod your head. Good, I'll take you to our hive. Follow me! You follow her down to her hive, which looks like a school of some kind of dormitory with multiple rooms and multiple floors. Usually more of my jades are around, but I suppose that everyone is out watching the Imperial droves around with the filial pails. Girls, we have a visitor to our caverns! 1. Do not be alarmed by the bizarre appearance. They seem to be harmless and quite weak. 2. Do not give them more injuries than they already have. Our visitor deserves a warm jade blood welcome. Hello, Jean! She claps her hands. No one else is around, but you stand at attention and give her a thumbs up to show that you are heard her loud and clear. You notice that she called you visitor and not friend, but that is okay. You can do whatever it takes to get upgraded for visitor and friends. Or at least charity case. You follow her upstairs, and she stops at a big room on the second floor where you step in. You have to clap your hands for your mouth to keep from gagging at the revolting sight. There are big baby-sized larvae-looking things all over the floor, squirming around and crying and inchworming out of kiddie pools of green slime. The hell? This is our nursery. Most of these wigglers are sick or injured, so we look after them here until they're well enough to go back into the caverns and spin their cocoons. She looks all shifty all of a sudden, giving you some side eyes like she's sizing you up, trying to look very non-threatening and also 100% trustworthy. We keep this nursery on the down low. It's not against any laws, but something of a break of tradition to save any of the grubs instead of just letting them die. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure why we do it. It just feels right to take care of them in the same way I take care of my jades. A nursery, huh? You look around again with this new information, and you guess you can sort of see how the wigglers look like babies. You can't believe that one of these things could grow up into anything that looks like Bronia, but this is an alien planet, so who knows? She takes you over to a shelf that seems to hold medical supplies. You're not sure what can be done for your broken ribs. Maybe she has some sort of alien technology that can help. But when she starts going through the cabinet, you don't see anything that looks high-tech thing that fixes your arm. I guess that most of what we have is stuff for the wigglers, and I'm not familiar enough with your bizarre anatomy to know if it will help. But if you're not completely sure how to do something, it's best to try anyway. 1. Even if you fail, everyone else can still learn from your mistake. 2. Maybe you won't fail. You'll never know. I like Bronia. She makes me happy. She makes little lists. I like her. You're not so sure of applying this ethos to your broken ribs, but she looks so determined, it might be rude to say no. Go for it! My ribs are already broken! Okay, come here, lift up your shirt so you can get the intro bell of sac enclosures. Here's, yeah, that. Turn the part, it's all bloody and horrifying towards me. She has ointment. She has something that looks like some kind of ointment. It is a shade of bright green, similar to the slime beds you see around the nursery. It also seems to be glowing. It seems there is nothing wrong with applying it to your skin. But despite your optimism, the second Bronia rubs some into your broken skin, you feel a searing hot pain, like you've just been dosed with poison. You flinch back instinctively. Oh no. You're going down. You are yelling timber. You feel something soft and squishy break your fall. and you hear a terrible squelching noise, and sometimes animals squeal. You'll fall into one of the wigglers. You're off of it, but there's no else. Discover there's all the fluid that you think maybe it's blood. You look and see Freddy's orifice, and you feel like there's no hope for friendship in this man's eyes. You might want to run before I throw you out of this window and break the rest of your bones. Alternia's deadliest ass. Deadly. Bronya. Let's not. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll heal on my own. Well, if you're sure. I'm worried about you, though. It seems like you need help. I wish I could do a bit more. If I can't take care of someone, I'm not sure if we can even truly be friends. You try to cheer her up, pointing out all that friendship is a two-way street after all. She doesn't have to concern herself with your mutilated friend. How can you help her instead? Well, sure, there are things around here that can use assistance with. However, I do not take this the wrong way, but we only just met, and I don't know if I can trust you to be as responsible as I am. It is not easy to be the one in charge. You have to be 1, conscientious, 2, considerate, and 3, competent at all times. Try to think about times you've been considerate, or competent. You're drawing a bit of a blank, but hey, new planet, you're sure that you have what it takes. I guess you want to prove that you can be responsible. I can let you help me out today. It's a good time to visit the mother grub. You're careful to step around all the little guys on the floor as you head out the nursery. She takes you outside. Back outside, these caverns are even bigger than you first realized. They're also dark and cold and gloomy. You can't see anything that might lead up to this planet's surface. Does she really just live down here all the time? Make some conversation through the cold hike in the damp cave. You mentioned that living underground seems kind of depressing. You realize too late that wasn't very... Darn it, I left my melon on the bed. It's unrefrigerated melon. Though she doesn't get angry at your conversational gambit of insulting her hand. Oh no, it's very peaceful down here. Well, in comparison to anywhere else, I quite enjoy it. The brooding caverns are a place for life and birth, not death. It's pretty uncommon in Eternia. You're still not sure what she means by brooding caverns, but you guess you have something on the wigglers in our nursery. Before you can ask, you reach the top of a ridge. Get a new, wider view of the rest of this cavern. It is enormous, probably the size of a small city. All over the cave floor, you see more wigglers crawling everywhere. Cocoons lie off the cave walls in larger stalactites, with some young trolls crawling out of them, walking, flying, and crawling amongst the wigglers. The young trolls are a variety of white monsters, of all kinds, shapes, and sizes. In the center of the cavern, you don't even know how to describe it. It looks like a huge, many-legged queen bug of some kind, with a goat-shaped skull and horns coming out of her head. Her bulbous sphincter ripples as she lays continuous streams of hundreds of eggs, from which you assume the gray wigglers will hatch. And by marching through all of this, you can see several hulking bipedal creatures carrying 2 buckets to either way to the mother grub. They look armed, and they move like regimented troops, soldiers of some kind. You're instinctively terrified of them. This is where the magic happens. And by that I mean the continuation of our species. Jade bugs like myself are entrusted with looking after this process, which of course is a very special job. The Imperial drones can carry filial pairs of genetic material to the grub for her story. 2, she lays eggs that hatch into new grub broods. 3, after the wigglers emerge from their cocoons, the new trolls will go through their trials. And the ones that make it will be selected by a Lucis to help take care of them. 4, the young trolls and their Luci go up to the surface together, where the trolls will grow up or get cold, or whatever. As Bronya explains trolls reproduction to you, one of the Imperial drones veers sharply to the left, and in the process tramples over a few wigglers and long trolls. The drones continues on, but several of the Luci cry out, crying over their dead or injured charges. One of them is a giant beast that resembles a bison, bellows and rears up on its hind legs, hitting one of the other Luci with its front hoofs. Oh, jeez, not again. This kind of damage controls a lot of what I have to deal with. Whenever a Lucis goes rogue out of grief or confusion, there is potential for it to lash out at other Luci, the Wigglers, or the Mother Grub herself. Jade Bloods, we cannot let this happen! She looks so concerned, a marked contrast to how confident she seemed before. You offered to help her out earlier, and it seems like right now is your chance. Someone has to stop that rogue Lucis. Could that someone be you? Save. Close menu. Fight the monster. Save the day. Bison Lucis seems to be causing quite of a ruckus. The other Luci have now gotten riled up too, with some of them trying to gather Wigglers to keep them out of the Harden's way. Hey, and others just to get hyped up to thrash. Thrash, 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 thrash. It seems like it could turn into a monster stampede, and they're close to the Mother Grub. Big, soft, vulnerable abdomen. Not great. Fighting a monster single-handed seems like a daunting first step in friendship, but you tell her you could be responsible. You square your shoulders and tell Bronia that she has nothing to worry about. You're going to stop that Lucis, calm all down to the other Luci, and protect the Mother Grub, all without breaking a sweat, and hopefully without breaking any more bones either. Whoa there, I was going to suggest that I go after it while you stay here. You seem kind of weak and fragile, even apart from your injuries. I don't want you to get hurt worse, and I'm not sure if I trust anyone other than myself to take the lead on this. That wasn't quite the reaction you were going for. Normally, you would all be sitting back and letting her protect you, because, well, protective and responsible looks good on her. The desperate call, it's time for desperate measures. You don't know how else you're going to prove yourself. You need to express the air of confidence, or at least competence. You're sure that this is no sweat for you. Take down the raging bison back in your home planet all the time. That's what you know for it. Well, if you say this is your first undulate roping gallop expedition, I'll believe you. I'll hang back and let you give it a shot. But if it gets too overwhelming, I am right here. Caring for the Mother Grub is my responsibility as a Jade Blood. 2, I will never abandon a friend to deal with a mess on their own. If we end up being friends, that is. Oh, hell yeah, now you have a reason to hope. You approach the impending bison with caution. Do all bisons have horn like that? Maybe they do. There are no bison experts, but I'm pretty sure they all don't have teeth this nasty. Bison on Earth mostly eat grass, don't they? Hey, this type doesn't look like an herbivore. At first you try to calm the Lucis down by talking to it. The soothing words have no effect. In fact, you just made him make it angry, suggesting that you pause and take some deep breaths in reaction to its trampled charge. It's not like you sure it can understand human speech, come to think of it. You circle around it, wishing you had some kind of lasso or something. Maybe you can herd it away from the Mother Grub. You look around to see if Luci look vaguely like Earth shepherd dogs, but no dice. You hesitate too long and Luci turns away, and furious eyes falling on the Mother Grub. It stamps at hooves, snorts out hair and nostrils in a way that sounds more hellish than you can imagine normal bison are taken care of. It is obvious it is about to charge, and there's only one thing you're about to do. In desperation, you leap forward and tackle it football style, doing everything you can with your flimsy human body to drag it on its side. It half works, you plow into a Lucis and stop it in its track, but it topples over into a nest of Wigglers, taking you down with it. Wigglers or young trolls go bouncing everywhere, schooling and distract. Their Lucis descend upon you in rage. Everything is chaos for a while. You are trapped beneath the bison Lucis, which is very worrying for all of your body parts, and you think you might feel something important rupturing inside you. But hey, on the light side, this crushed mass is protecting you from all the other pissed-off Luci trying to attack you. Just as your whole breathing situation is starting to get dicey, you hear a commotion of what sounds possibly the troughing of some smaller Luci trying to get you. A crowd of booths around you scatters, then you hear, I'm having a hard time getting this off you, and it is very angry. He keeps trying to kick me. Where's a bronze blood when you need one? You don't know what that means, but you're very grateful he's here to help you, even if you try to communicate this, but it comes out in a garbled and all the blood in your mouth. Maybe don't try to speak, or move, or help. You experience a sinking feeling that relating to diminishing odds of impressing Bronya and becoming her friend, or it could be the impression of all your internal organs. Either way, it's tough to feel optimistic right now, but before you can give into complete answer, you hear other voices. Your view is blocked by a mass of bison flesh on top of you, but could it be other people here to save you? Finally, I was wondering where all of you have gone off to. Let's get together, girls. You two grab his horns and keep his head still and keeping it from biting anyone. The rest of you come around to the backside to push it out without getting kicked. You hear some grunting and murmuring as the bison start to make noises that sound more confused and less furious. The pressure and pain on your chest briefly spike in intensity as the thing weights shift, and then you succeed on dragging it off you because suddenly you can breathe again. But the crisis is not over yet. While you are still testing the use of your lungs and blinking at the cavern ceiling, you hear a new cacophony of enraged monster noises. Oh no, the other Messiah is so agitated. Get down and try to calm them down. Protect the mother grub! You try to lift yourself to see what's going on, but putting weight on your arms makes you feel like maybe all your bones got turned into confetti. Painful confetti. You feel strong hands propping you up, and gently your head is in Bronia's lap. You try to focus more on how this is a nice place for your head to be, and less on the pain. This is not good. I don't know if my Jays can reach the stampede in time the mother grub could get injured. Not to mention all the wigglers in danger. Oh no. You didn't think the situation could get any worse, but you see some of the impending drones. They have been about to leave the cavern and turning back, all drawn by the noise and chaos. Maybe it could be a good thing. Maybe they can still order. Fuck, they're going to kill everyone. She scrambles to her feet, in the process letting your head whack down on the cave floor. Their vision swims, but you can still make out the drones firing indiscriminately at Luci, at grubs, and wigglers, at the Jade Bloods. One laser beam sticks into the side of the mother grub's master's midsection, and her scream is so loud that the ceiling shakes. The stalactites loose, falling on drugs and Lucis and wigglers alike. It's a total catastrophe. A whole rainbow's worth of troll and wiggle and Lucis blood is splashing the cavern walls. Brenda seems paralyzed by the play loss, looking from her jades to the mother grub to imperil the wigglers. She's not sure how about first. I can't believe this. This is the worst disaster we've had down here. Oh god. No. Or I could chalk it up to you being really fucking stupid. You shrink out of the weight of her glare, scream in the face of how angry she is. So, man, it's just spit out enough blood to ask questions that you already know is hopeless. Does it mean you can be friends? Are you serious right now? I do not make friends with anyone directly, and the trolls and wigglers under my care. You killed them all. Oof. 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 I realized that this is the second bad ending for this time frame. I'm getting bad at deciding which ones lead to bad ends. I realized that I haven't gotten food. So I will let it. I think there is an auto mode. No. Sweet, caught your stream. Always happy to hear from you, Mixie. What happened so far? Tell me everything. Lol. We got 2 bad ends in a row. I was about to go get food and see if I can turn on no question. Where's auto? There is no auto button. Close. We're gonna, oh. No. Close menu. Where's the way that you can... No! We want to just show you... Sure. Let's just stay on the befriendment screen while I go grab some pizza. I've returned with pizza. The music always hits. Well, Wincy. Returned with the pizza. Oh, headphones do the thing where it got caught up in this thing. Ah, heck. Ah, heckaroo. Phew. Bending. Harley photoshopped a Christmas hat. Ow! The shoulders. Oof. Shouldering. Okay. I will eat while I continue to read, intermittently chewing. We've already seen this. Be a weenie. You definitely do not like the idea of wandering into a monster fight. Not even to save the regenerator of your new friend's species. In fact, you do not like that Bronia is so focused on protecting all these helpless toddlers and distressed animals instead of taking care of you. You stammer out that you don't think you can take on any kind of monster right now. In fact, you just felt another stab of pain in your ribs. You might be blacking out. Bronia's concerned face turns in the direction as you start to swoon. She catches you before you hit the ground, and your heart flutters. You look at her serious face, and she looks like such a mom, but also such a friend, that like some sort of combination of those two concepts. Yikes, you don't look good. I can't leave you alone, not when you're in such bad shape. Maybe I could carry you on my back while I try to stop the rampaging Lucis. Your heart flutters, turning to pinpricks of alarm. That sounds dangerous, mainly for you. You try to think of what you can say to dissuade her, something that I think you should ignore the helpless babies and Mother Grubs endangered in favor of continuing to hold me in your strong arms. Before you can speak, you hear a commotion behind her. You look over her shoulder. Her face sighs with release. Yes, the other Jades are here. They should know what to do. We've taken care of crises like these before. Of course, usually I'm there to help. You crane your neck. You can glimpse the crowd of trolls, corralling the rogue Lucis away from the Mother Grub. All the other trolls crawl their main loose hives and swoop up any regulars in harm's way. It looks like I don't have to be worried. They are more than capable of stepping in while I'm otherwise occupied. I am so proud. You take the opportunity to compliment her on what a good leader she must be to train the others so well. Super smooth. She beams at you and sets you down carefully on the cavern floor, kneeling at your side. This could have gone quite badly. I'm glad I didn't make the choice when I stayed here to help you instead of rushing off. It goes to show that sometimes the best thing you can do in the group is take care of the weakest person in it. You kind of want to adjust to being the weakest person, but you did just fake a fainting spell for attention. So maybe night now is not the best time. Instead, you thank her sincerely for sticking by your side. The two of you watch together as she orders, gradually restored to the chaos below, and even with your injuries, you feel close to content and quite hopeful about how this relationship is progressing. You notice that at your side, several wigglers are blindly squirming around, confused and crying. There are some young trolls here too, looking around, lost in breath. You're not sure if their Luci ran off with the others, got involved in the fracas, or if these little guys are orphans now. Now that you're seeing them out in their natural cavern light, the wigglers look less like maggots to you. In fact, they're even kind of cute. You would see why Bronia would want to take care of them. One of the smallest wigglers closest to you has someone flipped himself onto his back and seems unable to right himself. His little legs are waving in the air as he cries. Trying to be careful with your ribs, you reach out to scoop him up and cradle him to your chest, rocking him back and forth until the cries quiet down. Wow, you have a very strong nurturing instinct. I think he likes you. You almost look like you could be his Lucis, or Jade Blood. You're quite pleased that she approves of your caretaking display. The wiggler's cough breaks through your haze of smooth satisfaction, and when you look down, you realize that he seems to be having trouble breathing. You point this out to Bronia. Good observation, you really are a natural at taking care of other creatures, aren't you? Some people find that nurturing ability to be very attractive in a potential friend. But as for the wiggler, this is definitely not a good sign. I'm surprised none of these drones have noticed that he's sick. If we leave him here, he'll be cold for sure. Bronia takes the wiggler from you, and you're more than happy to hand him over, concerning that you have no idea what to do with a sick baby that is not your species. Pizza. Yum, yum. Oh. Food. Have you guys eaten food today, chat? If not, probably don't do that. Why am I covering my mouth like y'all can see me? Oof. Also, you're breaking the to me holding a baby kinda painful. And Bernia holds the little girl carefully, but with perfect ease. Just like she'll hope you'll credit your new friend in its infancy. As Bernia feels assured that her jades have the situation at the brooding caves is under control, you both take the wiggler back to the jade blood nursery. You hover around uselessly while Bernia sets up some kind of crib filled with some green slime. You're a little concerned when she takes the wiggler and submerges him under the slime. Because, like, he was already having trouble breathing. Surely drowning in slime won't help. The super should strengthen his blow sacks and soothe his swallow shoot. When he gets healthy again, I'll take him back to the cavern and set him free to make his skin cute and pupate. But he's so small, it's unlikely he'll survive the trials or be selected by Lucis. You hate to see Bernius. You're making me want pizza. Mood? I always want pizza when other people got pizza. You hate to see Bernie looking sad. You try to be sympathetic, mentioning your astute observation that the whole system is set up with the wigglers and the trials and culling seems pretty brutal. What? Oh no, I would never suggest that this is the way the world works, and it's fine. The trials are how young trolls prove that they're strong enough to survive, and it's only right for the weak to get culled. It's the purpose of J-Bloods to ensure the continuation of our species, and consequently, the hemospectrum. 1, we are not revolutionaries. 2, we are meant to do our jobs and keep our heads down, and keep things running smoothly. 3, I would never presume to question the basic tenets of Alternatian society. That would bring me negative attention from the high bloods, and I just want to keep my jade safe. You look around at this nursery and all these injured or underdeveloped wigglers that Bernie was apparently supposed to let die. You think it may not be true that she doesn't question the way the world works. She's looking at you like she's scared you'll call her on it and expose her altruistic tendencies. You try to salvage this conversation thread. Did you say that culling wigglers sounded brutal? Meant neutral. Yes, you feel 100% neutral on this topic. Neither commended for the culling side nor eager to take up arms in the revolution. Yes. Neutral is how I feel about it as well. What a good word to describe it. Exactly how I feel about all controversial political subjects. Did I mention that keeping this nursery isn't technically illegal? Because it isn't. Technically. There is no reason for any tries drones to come investigating our hive, and if any drones do come knocking, we have nothing to hide. No borderline revolutionary ideas will be tolerated within these walls. Bronia laughs nervously and looks around the room, like she's making sure any Imperial drones hiding in here heard the announcement. You feel bad how nervous she is. You didn't mean to freak her out. You tell her that she sounds super convincing. And why shouldn't she? She's clearly telling the truth. If you were an Imperial drone, you would definitely be satisfied right now with her clearly law-abiding, neutral ways. Thank you. That means a lot. You can still cast for about something and change the subject. And mention that your ribs are feeling a bit better. Brenda's face brightens and lifts your arm gently so she can touch the injured part of your torso, examining it with her typically responsible and authoritative way. You shiver and wonder if her touch has healing properties. I'm glad to hear that. After all, I don't like it when my friends suffer. Your heart leaps. You look up, scarcely allowing yourself to hope. Hope could it be? Or she was just making a general statement? If you are not in any more pain, hopefully that means your injuries will heal soon. I'll take good care of you until then, my friend. You are overcome, your eyes filled with tears. Bernia smiles at you and squeezes your hand. Victory! Self-care comes first. Victory! Aww. Friendship! Yippee! Yippee! We're gonna wait. Yay! After both of the bad endings. I think that's the first time I got both bad endings. But yeah, how? I'm going to check something while on mute. Listen to the good music in the intro. I am done chewing my foods. The foods has been consumed. Tells chat I'll be right the moment I come back. I'm back. It's like, you gotta chew your food. Eating your food too quickly will hurt your tummy. But you may be wondering, Mixie, what are these symbols on these people's chests that you've been seeing throughout the game? Well, my friends, those are signs. Signs, you say? I'm glad you... It's like, yes, because if you go to HiveSwap.com/ezodiac/index.php, or if you search the Homestuck Extended Zodiac, I never really thought of it. I thought it was like the butt stamp that ponies have. Kinda. A little bit. A little bit. Yeah. The Extended Zodiac is broken down into 12 color categories called sign classes. Of those contain 24 unique signs. There are 288 signs. Basically, it takes your zodiac, you know what, Western zodiac, plus your Homestuck lunar sway, prospect or Durse, effectively what moon you sleep on, and your class and your aspect, not your class. You take a different test to find out what your Classpect is or what your class may be within, or you do a lot of Google searching. There aren't many quizzes for frickin' just classes without the aspect. The last time I took the test, I got no. One of these. No. I got. No. I can't. No, oh yeah, I think it was this one. I got Librelo. The sign of the inescapable. Well, I am a teal sign, prospect dreamer, and heartbound, but I will be retaking this quiz for fun. Yippee! New. Switching over the page to be so Friendsim, Extended Zodiac, swoop. Oh, we can take the break time off the screen. Heck. But yes, we will retake this, and feel free to take along with me and tell me your results. It starts with your zodiac, and I am a Libra. Social and flirtatious. Teal signs are natural networkers. They are excellent business partners and collaborators. Although they don't shrink from utilizing their many charms, they are idealists with strong sense of right and wrong. You'll learn more about blah, blah, blah. My body is weak, fragile, and unwatered. I have been without humidifier for a few days. I am coffee parton. But you'll now determine your lunar sway. This test will tell you whether you are a prospect dreamer or dark dreamer. It says about you, your perspective on life, and the world around you. 2 critical pieces to sign. Some people on the internet, are negatively discussing something you hold dear. You could just let it slide, or you could get in there and defend it with your life. How do you respond? 1. A. Me, unable to read letters. A. I leave it alone. I'll rejoin the conversation when the topic is passed. B. I'll stay out of it for the most part, except to possibly correct some factual errors I might notice, which could negatively influence of the thing, negatively influencing their view of the thing I like. C. I chime in with my opinion, stating that I like the thing, but I won't really argue about it. To each their own. I jump in and defend the thing, stating why I like it, and their criticism is wrong, but I won't take it too far. I will die on the hill for things like this. I love to argue in their defense. That's part of the fun of having passion for things. Which is mine? Ideally, probably B or C. Probably B. I don't talk on the internet. Except for when I'm talking on the internet. I speak on the internet. I do not talk on the internet. That would be for dumb people. It's like, I'm a smart person. Yeah. Imagine talking on the internet. Imagine contributing to communities that you're a part of. You're set to cook dinner when you realize you are missing a couple of key ingredients from the recipe you're using. What do? Throw out the recipe completely and wing it. Find a different recipe that you have only ingredients for. It honestly depends on what I'm cooking, if it's something I made before, etc. It's definitely C, because if I'm baking, I go to the store and get the ingredients. But one time I was set to make the tacos the way that my family makes the tacos. But then we had the incorrect brand of taco spice that you add to the taco meat to make it the taco meat. I asked my dad very kindly. It's like, Father Mixie, please go to the store and purchase the correct brand of taco spice. It tastes different with the incorrect brand of taco spice. It must taste correct. Else what's the point of tacos? Also, we are out of cheese. We need cheese for tacos. And then he got the cheese and the spice. But yeah. If I'm baking or it's just a critical ingredient. I'm following a recipe. Go to the store and get the ingredients. I'm not following a recipe if I'm cooking. I'm definitely following a recipe if it's important. How do you feel about meeting online friends in person for the first time? Quite positive. Things are good. Only excited. We already know and like each other. Nothing to worry about. Quite positive. Things are probably gonna go fine. Good. But you'll see how things go. Hard to say until you've met someone. A bit nervous. You like them. You're looking forward to it in theory, but can't show the sense of social apprehension anytime you meet someone new. Anxious. Even though you've gotten along online, you can't help but worry how things go in person. Quite positive. Mixie takes cooking seriously. Do not cross her. It's just more, it's like, There are some parts of cooking that are intuition. Cooking is an alchemy. Alchemy. It is a combination of art and science. And the type of, if depending on whether you are cooking or baking means if you lean more into artistry, you're probably cooking. Because cooking lets you be a little bit more artful and lets you mess some things up. And baking, if you overwhip your eggs for your brownies, it's going to turn into a failed souffle brownie. And it's going to taste weird. And your brother is going to like, oh, well, the edges taste kind of weird. Even though you weren't making the brownies to be brownies, you just over the eggs because you wanted to make a base for cake pops because you had extra icing, and you understand that the hot chocolate brownie recipe that you use, for the fact that all of the hot chocolate packets you have contain dairy, thus messing up the recipe and making it less brownie-ish and more cakeish. And then your brother complains despite the fact that he eats the entire plate of brownies by himself and doesn't even eat any of the cake pops that you're making because they taste hard. It's like, that's the point of the cake pop. Stop being a picky little boy. Ah! It sounds like you speak from exactly what happened. Oh, I see. I overwhipped the egg and turned into a failed souffle. Like, frown. But otherwise, you're pretty good. Experience. Yeah. That too. Ooh. That was a yawn. You have a hard time grasping a topic in class that everyone else seems to find with raise your hand immediately to straighten things out. You probably misheard or tuned out from a few minutes. Lean over and ask your friend. They probably be happy to explain. Email the professor or attend office hours. No point interrupting. Do research on your own. You're more than capable of figuring this out. Do some thinking and surmise the class and the professor are wrong about this topic, and you still memorize the answers. Are wrong about this topic. You still memorize the answers for the test, though. I don't like asking questions. I do not like feeling like a burden. Pardon me while I have my autism. You started taking lessons to learn something you wanted to learn a while. English class, art class, bartending lessons, etc. But you decide a few weeks in that this is definitely not your thing. Cuts the face. It's like, pardon me, I'm being autistic. Cuts the footage of Mixie in the kitchen. It's hitting cooks with other cooks with frying pans. Now that's rude. Now that's just plain old rude. I wouldn't do that. Why would you do that? It's mean. Also, that hurts the frying pan. Like, why would I hit my cast iron with a person? It's like, why would I hit a person with my? Why would I hit my cast iron with a person? That's disgusting. My cast iron didn't deserve that. I need to put away the piece of chewing plastic because the chewing plastic is becoming a distraction. You decide to stick it all. Those poor pans. You never know. It might grow on you. You spent money and time on this already. You are going to finish it. It's already on your schedule for the next couple weeks, and you don't want to move stuff around. You aren't a quitter. You dedicate yourself to something, you're gonna do it. Doesn't matter how hard it is. If you stop, then it means you didn't like the thing as much as you think it did, which means you didn't know yourself the way you thought you did, which is unacceptable. I spent money, so I will do it. When you're on holiday, do you prefer to leave the itinerary most up to chance or plan ahead of time? No planning. Yes, plan out of key things. You can go either way, depends on the situation, where you're going. It's like, welcome to autism. The middle one. Having a few things left open is fun, but for the most part, you like to plan it. Thorough planning. Hard to relax unless most things are considered in advance. It depends. Like, if I'm leaving the country, then definitely I'm planning. But if I'm going to the next state over, then we can play things more by ear. A friend of yours and someone you don't know are caught up in a heated argument. They ask for your help to facilitate. You want to support your friend, but after hearing both sides, you actually agree with the stranger. How do you choose to support? Who to support? How do you choose who to support? A. You side with your friend all the way. Friendship is more important than the truth. You highlight anything about your friend's side that you do agree with, and tactfully don't mention the rest. You look at a neutral angle that supports both sides in different ways. You delicately disagree with your friend while doing everything you can to still show support for them. You fully side with the stranger. The truth is important, even if it risks hurting a friendship. It's like, welcome to I have autism. See? It's like, I have a friend? It's like me in this scenario. Friend? I have a friend. Like, but also, like, it doesn't explain what kind of argument they're having. Like, is it about the big things? Or is it about medium things? Or is it the which way does the toilet paper go? And is pineapple on pizza okay? It's like, I don't mind pineapple on pizza. I do mind pineapple and ham. Ham makes my tummy hurt. Pineapple is less preferable than another different type of meat product, but ham makes my tummy hurt. I cannot eat ham. Mixie fun fact, I can't eat ham. Ham. Why did no one tell me that Remy is streaming Wizard 101? Why did no one tell me? Why did no one tell me that Remy is streaming Wizard 101? What? I need to download Wizard 101 on this computer. We're stream crashing. I'm gonna crash the stream. Does Remy have her, like, freaking redirects on? Manage. How does one do redirects again? Oh, gosh darn. Redirect. How do you do redirects? YouTube raid. No. Okay. How do you redirect? Edit. Race against the clock. Okay, we're doing this the old-fashioned way. We're just getting a plain old link.
Buy another mount?
We're gonna throw the link in the chat. Go yell Mixie Raid or something. s'more raid. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You are loved. You are appreciated. I'm gonna go play Wizard 101 with Rami. Yippee, yippee.